Hey guys, it's Brittany, and I am finally coming with a What's Sold video, and Tyler's joining me today because I needed his help, and I thought maybe it was time for him to come on the video.
Show what's sold today.
Yeah.
Little spreadsheet here showing you our sales, profit and loss that we have for everything. So on eBay we sold 329 items. Total amount was $10,496. After fees, which includes your shipping and eBay fees, is $38.42, bringing the net sales after fees to $6,083. Average sales price was around $31.90. We just switched to charging for shipping, so that is not in effect. We had free shipping on all those items. Our average net is $18.49 per item. Poshmark, we had 115 items, total amount of $32.44. After their fees, we netted $25.79. With Poshmark, you don't pay for shipping, so our average net was $22.42. For eBay, the reason why that's lower, I believe, is we had a lot of things $15 to $20 range with free shipping that we're just trying to get rid of moving into December. Average cost of goods was $6.27. We had a total of 444 items, which our total cost for cost of goods was $27.83. Our total net was $86.62.42, bringing our profit for November roughly $5,878.54. And that does not include shipping supplies or anything like that. All right, I hope that helps everyone out. I know it's a little rough and it's a whole month, so we're gonna try to break it down by week or every 2 weeks from now on.
Yeah, and I'm really excited about that. I hope seeing the sales will kind of help you guys see what we're selling every month. We're gonna start out talking about just our top sales in November, and we're gonna kind of go back and forth, and I'll do one, he'll do one, and just comment about what we're selling. So we wanted to talk about today was this vintage cashmere trench coat. We had this jacket for a while, but these cashmere coats can go for significant amount of money. This even had a little staining, I think, on the cuff there. Yeah. And then I would definitely still pick this up again. It did take a while to sell this.
It took about a year.
Yeah, but I mean, these coats with this type of thing, with it being vintage and stuff, I think it just takes a little while, but I would still pick it up, especially for a good price. So
all right, this thing right here is a vintage Eddie Bauer that I found. It's funny, this thing right here, this tag said 1995 Snow Bowl on it, so it was vintage. We sold it for $72.23. We actually bought this towards the end of last winter, so but then we sold it pretty much right away. Yeah. First thing in November.
Yeah, and I'd definitely be on the lookout for these types of items. Do your comps on the brand or whatever, but full work bib coveralls, they call them. Those also sell really well, and you can make some great money on those. So
all right,
okay.
Next item. Oops.
This item, I do pick up a lot of vintage cachet, especially if it's like a fully beaded dress like this one. The reason I think we got so much money for this, I did list it high kind of on a whim, because it reminded me of like a really nice wedding dress, and I did put that in the title, and I think that's what sold it for so much. So, and we probably had that for a month.
Yeah, that was a quick sale.
So I was really, really happy about that.
All right, Pendleton wool jackets, blazers, jackets, suit jackets. They all do pretty well. It's one of the,
I was saying in men's.
Oh, in men's.
Not
in men's,
women's.
Yeah, in men's. It's hard to find like the actual suit set, but the jackets sell pretty well. It's just your typical Pendleton tag right there. But yeah, it's something to always look out for. You might not always get the highest. We kind of got, I would say, pretty high on that. We sold for around $63. Yeah. But normally I'd probably expect around your 40s or 50s for that.
Yeah. And definitely just Look out for their wool pieces. I think Pendleton's really
Probably one
known
of the
for their
easiest
wool.
suit jackets to find too, because they all have, or
Yeah.
the more of I've seen, it all have the tag right there.
Yeah, you don't have to look in.
Where the other ones aren't inside.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this was a really fun sale. I actually showed this dress in a haul video, and I normally wouldn't have gotten this much for especially a torrid dress that didn't have the tags on it. But this was just such a nice piece. It was fully embroidered all on along the skirt, and yeah, it's just definitely a more formal torrid. And we sold this fairly quickly. I would say within actually the first week.
Yeah,
2 weeks.
probably.
Yeah, it was really quick, so I was happy with that.
All right, typical suit supply for men's. Business casual wear, they have mostly business. Suit jackets. Suit jackets will sell. I mean, we'll get a suit jacket, a suit supply, have it up there for 2 or 3 days, and it's sold.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Those sell typically 100 to 150. This is a polo. First time we ever found a polo in it. This one did take a little longer than usual to sell, but we did end up selling for $39.
Yeah, I think they're better with the suit jackets.
On this one was plus shipping, actually.
Yeah.
So around 45 for that.
But that's a great brand to be on the lookout for. And the suit jacket that we found had another brand on the one side, so it was kind of a collab, and then the suit supply was on the other side, so I almost didn't even catch it. So now I've been looking at both sides on the inside. So
I would say it probably took a little bit longer to sell because we did list this in the wintertime.
Yeah, this one, yeah.
So polos, they'll slow down definitely in the wintertime.
But it's a great brand.
And they'll pick
I'd
back
buy
up
it.
around March or April.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd buy it no matter what it is, probably. Okay, so this was a new brand to us, and we actually this sold really quick. And it's called Popette St. Barth. I believe that's how you pronounce it. This also was in a haul video. We sold this for $100. I will say a lot of these dresses were listed very high, and I think we really hit the sweet spot because some of these were listed for like $250 and they weren't moving as quickly. So we like to get stuff moving. And this is also a Revolve brand, which is a online boutique type website. So almost anything from them I would look up. Yeah. So I was happy. I was really excited with that sale. So.
All right, this is a woman's Ralph Lauren suit jacket blazer. It's got the nice little gold metallic buttons. These ones typically sell rather fast, and we actually did get a little bit more than I expected. Listed it kind of high now looking at it, but I would expect somewhere around your 60s, 70s for that. You can actually tell this is our old listing too. It's on the carpet there, the old way we used to do it. So that was for sale. We probably had that for about 6 months, a little bit too long, but cheaper price we could have sold it a lot quicker. Yeah,
I think the cashmere sold that.
For sure.
Yeah, I don't think it wouldn't have sold for that much without the cashmere. Okay, so this is another brand we've been selling a lot of and finding a lot of lately. Was this the new Tags one?
No, it's pre-owned.
No, okay, so I did sell a new Tags one, but this was pre-owned. It's Tadashi Soji, I believe is how you pronounce it. But yeah, we've been selling a lot of this, and it can kind of vary. I would say we did sell this on the higher end because it is like a very formal dress, but they sell pretty consistently, probably for 35 upwards to even 100, depending on kind of the style or the event. So
okay, new brand to us. Brittney actually got lucky on these. Never heard of them, but she found how many did you find? 6 to 8 pairs.
Our dog's growling. It was 8. Well, I actually found 10, but 2 of them were. She's fine. 2 of them were kind of ruined, so I didn't grab those. And I probably could have sold those 2 though. But
even though these kind of look like they're like a thick cargo, these ones were actually the nylon blend on them, so they were lighter weight. But we did have a thicker cargo pair of these sold for around $100. We sold last month, I believe.
Yeah.
But look out for a tag that looks like that.
Yeah.
I know obviously you won't know because it doesn't say anything on it, but that's a good brand to pick up.
Yeah, I found several of the same thing, and I thought I better look this up. So it's actually said it on the button. So Was this one me? Okay, sorry. So this isn't actually a Coogie sweater, but it has all the key points that a Coogie sweater would normally have. This brand means nothing to me. It is just, I mean, it means $59 to me.
Super thick and super heavy.
Yeah, and it's got the pop out 3D knit. And if you find that, especially when it's really colorful like this one, you can get a little more. But even if it's just like neutral browns with the 3D knit, you can get at least 35 to 40 for them. But this one sold a little more because of the colors. So.
Mm-hmm. All right, this one right here, actually.
It's all you.
I know it's nothing. It's a normal college football jersey.
I can't believe
I actually bought this off of Whatnot.
Yeah.
One time. It was my first try on Whatnot. I want to say I bought 25 different items from this one group of sellers. This is actually a game cut jersey, so these typically sell a little bit more than your regular football jerseys. This was a size 2XL. I listed it pretty fairly. There was no comps just because of the way it was cut. But we only had that sat on that for maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all you sale.
And this is actually, believe it or not, I got this on Whatnot for maybe $5 plus shipping,
yeah.
$6 somewhere around there. So it was a good little profit on that.
Yep. I'm not complaining about that. Oh, this was fun. I love this style of dress. We just found this, and it was also in a haul video. We sold this for $50. It's just an Eileen Fisher dress. This in particular doesn't really even have a special material. I usually say only get Eileen in special materials, but this kind of jersey knit dress sells super quick for us for $40, $50, $60. So we don't have them very long in our store. So.
All right, a pair of Lululemon commission pants for men's. These things fly off the shelves. Yep. Easiest flip you can have if you list it right. Depending on the condition, you could get anywhere from $50 to $65. On this pair, we got $59 plus the shipping. But awesome pair of pants, something to look out for. This one did have a size dot, so that's pretty much the only way you'll know it's a Lululemon. You can pretty much know from the feel, or they'll have a little logo somewhere on
the commission pants. I noticed they have them on the belt loop on the back, so that's kind of where I look for it. A lot of times the thrift stores don't notice that, so it's kind of nice. Okay, so this is an Anthropologie brand. I don't always find this, but it reminds me of Johnny Was a lot, which is another great brand. It's just Errata Silent Journey. They have a long ribbon tag there. Can you pull that up? And it's this one we got a little more than you normally maybe get, $29.30 for these. That's all right. But this one, yeah, you can see it there kind of. But this one here was fully embroidered, so we listed a little higher, and we didn't have it for very long. It sold for $49.20.
All right, Tommy Bahamas. Okay. You don't pick up every Tommy Bahama.
No.
Okay. But if it's a different type of color, something that's unique, if it's textured Tommy Bahamas do well. But this one right here, if they got a back hit or a graphic like that, you're going to get top dollars for them.
Yep.
Anywhere from $40 to $75 I've seen, depending on what it is. But this is very unique with the bowling patch, so that's something to look out for.
Yeah, and it had several, not just the piece in the back. A lot of them will just have the one piece. This had several pins throughout the shirt, so it made it a little more unique. But yeah, definitely look out for Tommy Bahama with any embroidery. Yep. Mickey Mouse, you can really get top dollar for something that's Disney collab too. So, okay, so next, this was actually something I don't normally do. I bought this at TJ Maxx on one of their sales events. I paid $20 for this. So I thought this was something I wanted to show. It is new with the tags, but Farm Rio is a really great brand, more so in the dresses. If this was a dress, you could get up over $150 for something like this, but the tops just go for a little less. But it was new with the tags, so.
Mm-hmm. And there actually are all Farm Rios. It seems like are super lightweight. So this thing right here, I think this weighed 2 or 3 ounces max.
Cinnamon.
All right, so this one's the Arnold Palmer. Okay, Arnold Palmer jackets are pretty well, pretty
Yeah.
great.
If it's got the elbow patches.
Yeah, I like to add. I added grandpa tweed to it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but it always seems to sell. Grandpa tweed, grandpa plaid. It's that old guy.
Grandpa
that
sweater.
You see all your grandpas just sitting in a rocking chair, kind of having. But this one also did have the elbow patches on it as well.
That's a huge selling point for blazers.
Yeah, elbow patches on a blazer. I mean, you can add at least $20 in value usually
I was gonna say.
on something like that. But very nice design. It was in excellent condition too.
Yeah, definitely don't pick up all Arnold Palmer polos and stuff like that.
Yeah, so
but
we do
just the
sell.
jackets.
We try to have quite a bit of suit jackets and blazers in our store at all times. They are harder to find, I guess, but you can get them for a good price. I would always kind of look at them and pick them up. Something to learn. Typically, jackets and suits they take a lot longer to sell. So just kind of keep that in mind, but the value or the profit for
the suits take longer than
if
a
you
blazer.
if you got room for it, and might as well just hold on to it because you're gonna get your money's worth on it.
We didn't used to look at this category, and we're at least getting probably two
We're
weekly sales on a blazer or a suit jacket. So, and it's a good sale. Okay, I love this brand. This is Jay McLaughlin. So not everything that is hers is really worth a ton of money, but I've noticed this has a horse bit design, and the kind of equestrian stuff from her does really well, or else there's like a kind of a chain print design. Anything printed. Her dresses do okay, but this one was worth a little more than some of our other stuff. But I would say at least 25, and if you list it and price it right,
this is different from her. It's usually like colorful.
Yeah, it's usually almost like a Lily Pulitzer vibe.
Yeah, but this is like more of a performance jacket.
Yeah,
it was
but she does have all this material.
Thick material.
Her material is like this. It's very soft and stretchy. So.
All right.
This is exciting.
I know.
I love finding. This is a new one. I hadn't heard of this.
A newer modern golf brand. It's called Roback. She called me in the store. She was on the phone with me. She goes, "What do you know about Roback?" And I said, "Get it."
Yeah.
And this shirt too is actually in perfect condition.
Yes.
I didn't even put there was a name for this. I looked it up. Actually, I found it on their website. What model this was? But
which is very helpful.
Sold for about where the model would go for. But these polos. Obviously, if it's plain, this one did not have any coarse logos on the sleeve. This is just
it was like they never wore it.
Yeah,
it was
perfect condition. No coarse logos, nothing like that. But these sell. Look out for this one. It is a newer brand, so it's gonna be won't have
the dog.
Yeah, you won't find it as much right now, but it's something to look out for in the future for sure.
Yeah, we got really lucky on that. The store I was actually at, like everything was insanely expensive, and this particular shirt was like $6.99. So there is stuff out there. You just have to know what you're looking for, I think. So, okay, so this next one we actually bought. So this actually we found this when we first moved back out to Arizona, which is where we're at right now, and we're feeling a little nervous thrifting in a new area, and this is one of the first things you actually found this.
Yeah, Oliver Reed.
And I was so excited because this is a perfect example of just something that you don't buy necessarily for the brand. This is just
they are all hand knit, which makes them a little bit different.
Yes, it's hand knit. It's different. This is the perfect example of like a grandpa sweater.
I wouldn't pick them all up, but if it's good
you
quality,
kind of have to just. I use kind of my gut on a lot of stuff, and I think that's
take the chance on
it. Yeah, and that's grown just by doing this for
you
so
weren't gonna
long
lose
and stuff.
money.
But
we weren't gonna lose money on it. So
no, and this just was really cool. I love this. I knew someone was gonna like it.
All right, popular men's brand Johnny O. This is just a performance pullover.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if I got a picture of it. I don't got a really good one, but you can tell it's just kind of different the color scheme on it. But what really sold it is this logo right here. TPC Scottsdale. Okay, when you have a big course logo like that, depending on what course it is, if it's a certain kind of tournament, PGA,
Masters.
Yeah, Masters especially.
Yeah.
But those will add value to pretty much any item if it's a named course or named tournament, something like that. So this one actually, we sold this within
It was like the
within
next
a week.
day.
Yeah, I probably
I
listed
swear it
it
was
a
like 2
little
days.
low. Probably could have got closer to 45 or 50 on this if we wanted to sit and wait on
Didn't
it.
it have a snag maybe on it?
Oh,
I
it
don't
did
know.
have a little
Yeah.
snag.
Yeah, and someone
it had
still
a
paid
s-
almost $40
Snag.
for it. So
I mean, it was really small, but any kind of little snags,
Yeah.
we always show it in our listings.
yeah, yeah. And Johnny O is actually a decent brand. I've been really picky about them though, because
Yeah.
some of they just don't sell what they used to. Maybe a button down would be better, but okay. So I love this. Finding this brand. It's just a miracle suit. These sell like
In the wintertime too.
we've been selling. We sold. Well,
It seems like
we just
sell
listed one today.
at least one
actually.
a week.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
even in the wintertime, we're selling one a week of these. I mean, I don't know if it's the size that matters on them.
I do think the bigger sizes are better. We listed a 6 today, so
But
we'll
this is
see how that
something
goes.
to look out right now because no one's going through the swimsuits.
No,
So
no.
why not take a look at them and try to find something like this?
I think the swimsuits are definitely just an area of the store where not a lot of people are really looking through. So I love to go through the swimsuits, and I've gotten to, all the miracle suits have that cross cinched waist, and I always use keyword slimming, and I feel like that helps us sell it too.
Yeah.
So, the sun is so bright.
All right, so I'm a huge golfer, and I actually do this for fun. This is my hobby, I guess you say, is I'll go on Facebook or garage sales and find golf clubs. That's the cheapest place you're going to find them. This one is a tailor-made Rocket Blades driver. I listed this and it sold the next day.
Yes,
With golf clubs, if you list them at the correct price, at a fair price, you're not trying to get too much for them, you're going to get rid of it within a week. Okay, I could show you guys later how I ship these.
yes.
It's really not that hard at all. It's easier than some of the artifacts and stuff you get, but as you can see on this too, it does have some sky marks.
Artifacts.
Yeah, whatever. You see, it's got some sky marks on it, but still had no problem selling. If it didn't have that, I could probably add another $10 to it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's definitely easier than you'd think. Okay, so this is funny. I've been laughing at myself for picking this up because when we first started reselling, LuLaRoe was like a really hot item to find. And then once everyone started just donating their entire inventory, Goodwill's just full of LuLaRoe. And don't buy anything else besides these jeans. We sell these jeans so fast, and no one else is really picking them up. But
The jeans are selling amazing.
yes,
And
so
quick.
yes, and they sell for. There's actually a pair we didn't pull up here, but there's another pair that sold for like $37 on Poshmark. But these are doing really, really well, and they're just kind of like a pull-on type jeans. But yeah, definitely be on the lookout for those. Only these, no other
dresses or
LuLaRoe,
nothing
no
like
other
that.
LuLaRoe, just the jeans.
All right, now we're gonna move to our Poshmark, our top Poshmark sales, our favorite ones.
Yeah, these are
from
just
the
our
month.
favorites. Yeah,
So we had 25 eBay. Now we're gonna show you 15 of the Poshmark.
yeah. eBay's definitely our major place that we're making sales. But Poshmark is slowly creeping up. We're just trying to get better.
Okay.
Okay, so this is me first.
This is you, yeah.
Okay,
You start
so
off.
this I bought on a whim. I would not buy all J Crew. It had the black J Crew tag, and I just kind of used my gut feeling. And then when I got home, I Google image searched this particular item, and it was selling for. There actually was a few listed and sold for 55 to 60, and so I just kind of did a little lower, and it sold within a month, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yep. So that was just kind of a lucky thing,
All
I
right.
guess.
Ariat. This is a women's, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Yeah. So this is a women's. So Ariat.
Ariat Tech.
Yeah, Ariat men's sells very well. Their jeans you can usually get 30 or 40 for them. Am I wrong?
Well, I would say the newer ones are better. If it has embroidered, like the men's, if it has like
So
stitched
what you're looking
pockets and
for
stuff,
is a logo like that. They all have that logo. Men's will have it on their chest pockets, but it looks something like that. This is just something different. It's like a performance for women's quarter zip pullover.
Yeah.
It had a nice stretch to it. Ariat Tech too was their brand on it or their model on it.
Yeah.
So it was pretty good. It was a nice little find for $29.
Yeah, we've been picking up those a lot, and there's also Ariat FR, which is flame resistant.
resistant.
So we've been doing good with those too. And in men's, I haven't found any women's, but
Yeah, flame resistant does well in just about any brand.
Yeah.
Even
do your research, but
I mean, even your Wranglers will sell
yeah.
pretty fast
Yes,
if it's flame resistant.
Yes. Okay, so this was fun. This is just a vintage Guess leather jacket. If it's a good brand, if I can get a good leather jacket for a good price, I like to pick them up. And I feel like it's kind of just a trendy Y2K.
This is going to take
90s
typically
piece,
finding a Guess jacket like this will take you longer to sell.
Yeah.
If you want the money for it.
Mhm. Yeah,
Just because it's not that brand. That
yeah,
people are
no.
looking for, really.
Guess just isn't. Yeah, just more vintage Guess does much better.
Yeah.
Than recent.
Especially
Guess.
if it has like the big,
I wouldn't pick up
the
any
big
recent stuff.
question mark logo on it. Something to look for on Guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Your turn.
All right. So the Robert Graham. So it's gonna look like something like that. They are all embroidered tags like that.
Yeah.
If you know the men's button downs, they're usually a wild, wacky design. They got, most of them have a flip cuff with a wacky design on them. They used to sell.
Wackier the better.
They used to sell very well. A men's button down used to sell around $45, $50, pretty fast. Now we're kind of struggling to get $30 for them, and it's taking longer. So it's not a brand I would pick up necessarily,
unless it's really crazy.
Unless it's super crazy design.
Yeah.
Even something like this, we had this for a while.
Or the flip cuffs. If it has a really nice embroidered cuff that you flip over, that sells it fairly well too. We kind of took a chance on those sweaters, and we did pretty good. I'd buy them again for the right price. So, okay, we love finding. I love it. I love J. Jill. The Wherever collection does extremely well in the plus size. I really have been trying to avoid anything lower than a large or smaller than a large, I guess I should say. But I think 35 is a pretty consistent number for a plus size Wherever collection, J. Jill. So we did good with those.
All right, Untuck It. Another thing like Robert Graham, they used to do very well. They're not doing so hot anymore. This is just a different type of Untuck It, for one. With Untuck It, if you look at where the material tag would be, they'll usually have, right here you can see, the Triano. And the WS stands for wrinkle free, but
oh, it does.
Yeah, but they all
I didn't
have
know
it.
that.
It's wrinkled as hell before I steamed it.
I didn't know that's what it meant.
Yeah. All right, but it's just a different design. We picked this up, and probably $20 is fair for this right now. You're not gonna get. You used to be able to get 30, 35, but I wouldn't even go much higher than 25 on most of the items.
If you can get it for a good price, I would still pick it up. Untuck it's still selling for us. Just we used to sell them for like what, $40, $50. Not anymore. Yeah. This is another thing I've been testing out, and it's been really paying off. We've been selling plus size Talbots in dresses and blouses fairly quickly, I would say. So yeah, that's just, I wouldn't buy anything Talbots lesser than a plus extra large. I wouldn't buy anything lower than extra large. So
all right. Big brand still is kind of famous, not as hot as it was, but it still is pretty hot.
Famous
or popular. Popular, I should say. Is Faraday. Tag looks something like that. They all look like that. Usually lighter weight. This is something we found maybe once in the Carolinas, if that.
I think we found it like a total 4 times.
But out on the West Coast, we're finding it
a little more
often. But this is just your typical blue plaid button down. $30 is pretty fair for that price for that item right now.
And they actually make women's too, so be on lookout for like dresses and stuff. Can sell actually for quite a bit more. So this is a brand I love to find so much, and I've been finding it like crazy lately. I don't know what's going on, but it's St. John collection. Definitely used to sell for way more, but I am not mad at $65. And when I think I paid $6 or $7 for this dress. This one kind of had a crazy 80s thing going on here. You show that bottom skirt. So I almost was like, I don't know, but when I looked it up, I looked up 80s St. John dresses, and some of them sold for like $150, but we like to get things moving, and I'm happy with 65.
We're at that point right now, is getting things moving. But St. John's, you don't have a picture of it, but it's a really simple tag on it. It literally just is a basic white tag.
It just says
with a
St. John
black
Collection,
St.
and it says like by Marie Gray.
But anytime she finds them, they're gone.
Yeah, but you gotta price them right. Don't get greedy with it. Yeah.
All right, Peter Millar. If you find a regular Peter Millar, I'd kind of stay away from that. Things to look for is right here is this Peter Millar Crown Soft. It's pretty good. We sold this one for $27, probably because of how good my listing was. But yeah, whatever. But Peter Millar Crown Soft, you'll see that, or Peter Millar Summer Comfort. Summer Comfort is I would say a little bit better than Crown Soft.
Yeah.
They're typical golf polos. Just
material.
Yeah, just try to make sure you look at the sleeves, especially on these, because they'll have different golf course logos. If it's too big, it usually takes a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Typically you won't find a Peter Millar's. A Peter Millar, the Summer Comforts with the tiny little graphics on them.
Yeah, those are great.
If you find those.
Like, we found one little guitars. Didn't we find one with skulls?
I thought it was
Martinis and hummingbirds.
Oh, the hummingbirds. We found
that
one
was really cool.
A Peter Millar Summer Comfort hummingbirds, and we sold that for like $95.
Yeah, that was fun.
But even like the little guitars, I think we sold that for like $65.
Yeah,
so
and
they're tiny,
can I say something?
like a dot.
I would also like to say, make sure to check the armpit area on the anything that's like a poly blend, like the Summer Comforts, because they can stain a lot on the underarms, and we find that a lot. So make sure to be on the lookout for that. Yeah, here's another Talbots that I bought this on the same trip as the other plus size. I bought a ton of plus size Talbots. We've been selling it. But yeah, use your feeling. If you're feeling like it's a nice dress, or if you feel like it's maybe not something you like, but I would just stick to plus size only.
Another Lululemon. This is just a basic pullover. These will sell for you. You will get at least 30 for them. This one we listed at 65. We listed this quite high, I would say. It probably took a couple months to sell this one, but
isn't that the one from Kyle?
It may have been.
Yeah,
actually.
It was.
So I guess about a month.
Yeah, it didn't take that long.
No, it didn't.
No,
but, yeah.
This we had some family had done us a bunch of clothes. So tell your family what you do.
And that's the logo right there to look out for.
Yeah,
a little like horseshoe looking thing.
And what we do is we Google image search Lululemon, and a lot of times, I would say 8 times out of 10, you can find the name of it, and that'll. If you don't have that name, it's gonna take longer to sell.
The Surge Gray that's where it came from.
Yeah.
I Google imaged it and figured that out.
Sometimes with the tank tops it's harder, but okay, so Judy Blue, I actually personally love Judy wearing these jeans. I donated a few to our store, but these do really, really well. It's just like a boutique type brand. I actually bought mine in a boutique. But yeah, they've been selling quick for like $30, $35, depending on. I
don't know why, but
they sell so fast. I have some more to list actually. So
you talk about this one.
Okay, well, so I bought this because they're mother jeans, and I know that they will sell for at least like $30. They don't sell for as much as it used to, but when we
I usually do the listings to
eBay.
When I list to eBay, and then I cross post to Poshmark. But I looked up these jeans because it had the model name right there, the Dazzler Hover, and they had a bunch of brand new ones, and they were selling for $140, $150, and they had a pre-owned one that sold for around $110. So I listed this. I think I had it for like 109 originally, and then I kind of was like, oh, that's a little too high, so I lowered it below 100. But we sold this surprisingly within a week or so.
Yeah.
But even, I mean, like she said, mother jeans is something to pick up, but this is something to take the time to look up the model name. And
Yeah.
you might get a little extra.
Yeah.
Like she was thinking it would be 30 or 40.
Yeah.
So she picked it up no matter what, but we actually get a little, 3 times that amount if we did.
Yeah,
little
definitely be on
research into
lookout for the Dazzler hover. Okay, so this is something I do not pick up all Alex evenings, but this dress was just really, really nice. It I know you can't feel it, but it really kind of popped out the embroidered. It's almost like a 3D stitch. You can kind of see, yeah, you can see it. It's like a 3D flowers on there. I was like, this is gonna be great, and it was only a size 10. I usually like to pick this up in a little larger size, but this was just a really nice. I think I actually Google image searched this as well as where I got the rosette keyword. So that didn't take long.
That's it.
That's it.
So
Yay.
Thank you guys for watching, and like I said, we'll try to get weekly or bi-weekly from here on out, and try to knock it out for you guys and show you what we sold.
Yeah, and hopefully this all helps you guys, and yeah, we'll see you soon.
All right, thanks.
Bye.